Are you ready, bud? Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Welcome to our TBR for April. April is Hachi's gotcha month, and he's here right now, currently in his bed, relaxing. He got him this new bed for the book room. He loves it. So the plan for April's TBR is, because it's Hachi's gotcha month, I wanted him to be a part of it. I wanted him to be able to do something fun and help us pick the TBR for this month. What I did was I wrapped a bunch of books in these little like parcel bags that I have, and I put a number on each bag. So each number is going to correlate with a tennis ball. And each tennis ball has a number on it. So my plan, I'm going to basically just dump this bag of tennis balls all over the floor. I'm gonna let him pick 5 tennis balls. We might do it 5 separate times. Each tennis ball that he picks will have a number on it, and then each number is going to correlate with a wrapped book, and then we'll be able to pick the books and unwrap them for his gotcha week. So what do you think, buddy? He's been dying to get into this bag. I'm gonna go ahead and get the camera set up, and we're gonna dump these balls out and see what he picks. We have our 6 tennis balls. Well, that was just about as chaotic as I thought it was going to be. So we have 6 tennis balls that he picked. So we're gonna go ahead and pick these 6 books from this massive pile of wrapped books that I have down here. And before we do that, I do want to pick out of my TBR jar that has books that have been on my TBR the longest. So we're gonna do that first. So if you're new here, this TBR jar has books that have been on my TBR for a long time, and I just have them written on a piece of paper. So basically, I'm just gonna pick one, and whatever that is gonna go on our TBR. Some of these might actually be wrapped, so I'll pick it and then we'll just see what we pick from the wrapped books. So I do know that this one is wrapped. I'm, for whatever reason, just feeling this book, The Women. I've just been feeling like wanting to read this soon recently. So The Women is wrapped, and I'm now thinking that if we don't actually unwrap it, then I'm gonna have to dig around and find which wrapped book it is, but that's fine. We will get to that when we get to it. So here are the numbered balls that we picked. So let's see which one we have first. We have number 15. So let's find number 15. Oh, here it is. Now, I used to watch this booktuber who actually used to do like a TBR pick kind of like this with wrapped packages of numbers on them. But she would use a spinner wheel, and I don't think she's really posted a video for a while, but he already stole the ball back. But here's number 15. And this one I am very excited about. This is called The Poisoner's Tale by Catherine Kemp. This is gonna be such a chaotic video. This is a recent pickup for me. I'm very excited to read this. This is basically, I think, a story of a mother and her daughter, and both of them work in this basically like apothecary that creates and provides poisons to women who need to, people in their life who are abusing them or oppressing them or something. And I love stories like that. I'll read a little bit of it. It says, Gulia is 13 when she learned her mother's greatest secret. Tofania makes an undetectable lethal poison that she uses to free the broken and abused women of Palermo. Soon Gulia realizes that in time when women have no voice, justice is sometimes best served in a cup. I love the sound of this. I am very, very excited to read this. And it's very short, actually. I'm realizing it's only, it's 360 pages, so actually not that short. Hachi is something else. Just laying out there with all his balls. He's probably in heaven right now. best birthday present ever. So first book on the TBR. Let's see what our next number was. Number 23. There were only 24 books total. Let's see, 23, right here. Number 23. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna try and like reuse these bags because these are really good for sending out like Pango orders and stuff. I'm gonna try my best to like save these bags. I don't know what this is. The Maidens. I recently picked this book up actually from the thrift store. I don't remember what video that was in, but I think it was like my weekly reading vlog or something. And this is The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. And I think he's the one or she's the one that wrote The Silent Patient, if I had to guess. And I am not a huge thriller reader, but I am just very intrigued by the description of this book. There's a couple reviews on the back. A deliciously dark, elegant, utterly compulsive read with a twist that blew my mind. I love this even more than I love The Silent Patient, and that's saying something. That was actually by Lucy Foley. An unforgettable and Hollywood-bound new thriller, a mix of Hitchcockian suspense, Agatha Christie plotting, and Greek tragedy. Yeah, I'm really, really excited for this. I can't believe I found this at the thrift store, especially the hardcover. I love finding hardcovers at the thrift because usually they're in better condition than like a soft cover. I always want to say soft cover, but it's not. Paperback. Second book on the TBR is down. Our next number is number 9. This is a thick boy. She's definitely a thick, chunky book. I kind of remember which books I put in here, but I don't remember the numbers. So I have no idea what these are. I just know that I put a lot of my 26 books to read in 2026 list in here because I have not been doing a fantastic job of that. I don't know what this is. I really don't know what this is. Oh, wait, I think I do. Yeah. This is The Wrath of Dragons by Olivia Rose Darling. So this is the second book in the Fear the Flames duology, I think. But I did also recently pick this up. I think it might have even been the same book haul as The Poisoner still. Yeah, this is the second book after Fear the Flames. I read Fear the Flames a long time ago, like 2 to 3 years ago at this point, and it was okay, but it had a lot of potential. So I'm very, very excited to continue the series. I've just been a little nervous too because I don't want it to be disappointing. And it's a little bit of a longer book, so I just wanted to find the right time to dive back into it. So I guess now is the time. I can't actually believe that I'm reading this month. I wasn't really on my radar until I picked it for this video. That's exciting. We've got a really good mix of books now at this point. Our next book, number 14. Number 14, where are you? 14. This is a much smaller book. I don't know what this will be. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one for like the warmer weather. I was secretly hoping I was gonna pick this. This is The Last Carolina Girl by Megan Church. Megan Church, I think, is the author of The Mad Wife, which I read last year, and it was one of my favorite books that I read last year. One of my most touching books that I read. So I'm super, super curious about this. I picked this up shortly after reading that book, and yeah, I'm just like really excited. I really am excited, honestly, because it's giving me like summery vibes too. Some folks will do anything to break the wild spirit of a Carolina girl. I'm also from North Carolina. If you guys didn't know that, you probably don't know that, but I grew up in the Appalachia of North Carolina. So for 14-year-old Leah Payne, life in her beloved coastal Carolina town is simple as it is free. Devoted to her lumberjack father and running through the wilds where the forest meets the shore, Leah's country life is as natural as the lollolly pines that rise to greet the southern sky. When an accident takes her father's life, Leah is wrenched from her small community to cast into a family of strangers with a terrible secret. Separated from her only home, Leah is kept apart from the family. She's forced to act as a helpmate to the well-to-do household. When a moment of violence and prejudice thrusts Leah into the center of this state's shameful darkness, she must fight for her own future against the world that doesn't always value the wild spirit of a Carolina girl. Yeah, that sounds really, really good, and I'm excited. I've been feeling some like literary fiction recently, general fiction recently, so I'm excited for that. Hey, buddy boy. Our next tennis ball is that's 21, which is actually right behind me. We got number 21. This one is a hardback. I need to stop ripping these packages. I'm still gonna try and reuse these. Stop, shut up. Oh my God, I'm so excited for this book. Look, I saw the sprayed edges as soon as I opened it up. All of these are like newer books that I bought recently. This is the Pomp Empress by Xin Tao. I am so excited to try this book out because I've heard that it's very much like Blood Over Brighthaven and Slewfoot, evidently. And Blood Over Brighthaven and Slewfoot are two of my like top tier, top 5 books that I read last year. I keep saying that, but it's true. I'm very excited to read this. I haven't read anything about the book. I don't want to know anything about it, but what I will do is I'll read this little like description on the back just to get or give you like kind of an idea of what it is, but I'm not gonna read too much. How to write a love poem for someone I hated so deeply with every drop of my blood in my veins. How to do it so convincingly that even the ancestors believed it. Those were the questions I had to grapple with if I wanted to kill Taryn. Questions that had no easy answers, but I had to find them for both my own survival and the nation's, and I had to find them fast. That leaves me with a lot of questions. I have really no idea what this is about, but it kind of sounds like she might be needing to like betray her lover or something. I don't know, but I'm excited. Very, 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 very excited to read this. I love him. You're the best boy. Hachi loves being included in the videos. He's clearly he's a big sucky baby. Big sucky baby. Little fun fact about Hachi is we got him from animal control in 2020. He was our COVID dog. He was already like a year old, and we got to go in an hour before the animal control opened because I had a friend who worked there and she told us that we needed to come see him before they opened the gates because he would have been adopted like right away. He's just the most beautiful, handsome boy ever. So we got to go in there and meet him before everybody else, and obviously we took him home. He's just an absolute sook and has the biggest heart ever and the biggest brown eyes that will just steal your soul forever. So, all right, last book. I'm kind of sad it's the last one actually. I kind of wanted to pick another one. It's the last number 3. Let's find number 3, buddy. Number 3 is actually a really small one. This one's so little. It's a small paperback. A couple classics and one that's been on my TBR for a hot minute. Oh man, these are actually really sticky. Let's see what it is. Stop. This is not what I was thinking, but I am insanely excited to read this. This is The Alchemist. This is on my 26 to read in 2026. I've been wanting to read this book for a really long time at this point, but I just haven't had it in my possession until recently. I'm just really excited. I also didn't know that there were like little illustrations in it. There's like one of a sheep. That's really cute. Wow, what a really fun TBR. These are all so different too. And like none of them I really had on my radar, at least for this month, except for maybe The Alchemist and The Women, which I forgot actually that we picked. So let me just feel some of these, because I know The Women is a hardback and she's thick, and I don't think I have that many thick hardbacks in here. So I might just feel around and see if I can figure out which one it is. It's either this one or this one. It would be fun since I wrapped all of these, and clearly these are not easy to open. I don't want them to go to waste. So I might use these wrapped books for another reason somehow. Come up with a different way to use these wrapped books. But this is The Women. Wow, I actually guessed on the first try. By Kristen Hanna. We have a lot of literary fictions on our TBR this month, which I'm really, really excited about. This is our TBR for April. We've got The Women by Kristen Hanna. We've got Wrath of Dragons by Olivia Rose Darling. The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. The Pomp Empress by Xin Tao, A Poisoner's Tale by Catherine Kemp, and then The Last Carolina Girl by Megan Church, and The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, I think is how you would say that. I don't actually know, I'm sorry if I butchered that. But this is a very good stack, also very colorful, so perfect for like summer, springtime. Good job, Hachi. You did a fantastic job. I hope you love all of your tennis balls that you have now. Our house is just like ridden with tennis balls all hours of the day. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching today's video. I know it was a little chaotic. We did what we set out to do, and we've got a really good stack of books for April. So I'm so excited to dive into some of these. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you guys in the next video next Saturday. Bye guys.